Shalom, shalom. All right, all right. Shalom, shalom. All right, this is your brother to call you Allah. All right, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, doing a doing another live. You know what I'm saying? Sawada Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for laying the spirit upon me once again. All right, to come out here and preach this beautiful gospel. All right, to preach the word, to give the warning, okay, and to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom. All right, Babylon the Great, aka America. All right. So, Salakia. So, without any further ado, you know what I'm saying? I want to get this camp started. All right, by facing the east and giving all praise, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Bachak Kadash. All right, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's to come. Shalom to the Akwaf that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. All right, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. All right, but your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, to the line of your fathers. Okay, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to our power, and I want to give salutations and shalom, a hearty shalom to you all, Barakatah. Okay, now we're gonna dive into some of the things that's happening. You know what I'm saying? And Lord willing, I'll hit a couple articles. You know what I'm saying? If the spirit leads me, you know what I'm saying? All right, because we're we're seeing the the events shaping up. All right, all the things that was prophesied. Okay, when it talks about the famine of the word, when it talks about the famines, you know what I'm saying, the pestilence, the earthquakes in diverse places. All right, many of these things we're already seeing formulating right now, man. All right, and we are the prophets of doom, man. We are the prophets of doom, and we take pride in it. You see what I'm saying? We take pride in holding that title. You see what I'm saying? Right? Because we're standing in the stead of our forefathers. You see what I'm saying? The men that came before us. All right. Jeremiah, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. It says the prophets, let's start at verse 7. All right. Jeremiah 28 and verse 7. It says, nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears, that I speak in thine ears, and in the ears of all the people. You know what I'm saying? All right. So the prophets were here to speak the words that the Lord had given us. You see what I'm saying? To give the warning. All right, to give the warning, to give the to give the the corrections. You see what I'm saying? And all these things that the Lord that the Lord has spoken to us to prophesy. All right. Continuing on, verse 8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. And all these things are culminating right before our eyes, man. All right. When we see, what's going on in Russia, what's going on and of course the so-called Middle East, all right, which is West Asia. You know what I'm saying? When you see the things that's happening, all right, that's taking place with these trade wars, man. All right, as any economist will warn about, okay, which one of the men that I remember saying this was Gerald Slinton, all right, where he said, you know, trade wars translate inevitably into ground wars, man. All right, trade wars will go into ground wars, man. Okay, and so we're seeing the beginning stage of this whore, all right, Babylon the Great being being despised, man. All right, Slocky, let me take this down a little bit. Okay, so we're seeing that this whore is starting to be despised. You know what I'm saying? All around the world, man. Okay, and a lot of it has to do with what's going on with Israel. Okay, what's going on with these Amalekites? Okay, who call themselves JOOs, man. These are Edomites. All right, these are Edomites. So let's get this real quick. And the world is waking up to this fact, man. The world is waking up to the truth of the matter. All right, that these are not the Lord's people, man. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 25 and verse 7. It reads, "And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations." So that veil of secrecy, that veil of controlling the narrative, you see what I'm saying? It's no longer taking effect. All right? No longer taking effect. You got videos coming out now of the truth of 911. You see what I'm saying? The truth of that event that took place, all right, was it 24 years ago. All right? 24 years ago, man. You see what I'm saying? And the people are no longer taking, you know, putting their trust in the words of these devils, man. You see what I'm saying? So that veil is being removed from, the minds of the people, man. You know what I'm saying? Verse 8, it says, "He will swallow up death and victory, and the Lord power will wipe away tears off all faces. And the rebuke of his people shall he take away from all the earth, for the Lord has spoken," man. All right? And the Lord's going to cleanse this place, man. He's going to cleanse this world. All right? And it starts with the cleansing of the elect of the nation of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at what's going on in in Gaza right now, man, like these devils got to be stopped, man. All right, these devils have got to be stopped. As I was looking at one of these videos, all right, where if this shit was not televised, all right, or if this shit was not taken and put on the on the internet. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't being put on TikTok or this or that, you know, Instagram, whatnot, nobody would hear about this shit, man. Right? And Slocky, I'm not even fully set up, man. I got my signs over here. They supposed to be over there. All right. But you know, if you look at what's going on in Gaza, all right, and I got a picture of how the how the Gaza Strip was before and how it is today. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing there. There's nothing left there. You know what I'm saying? And then you got this dude DJ Truck. You know what I'm saying? Trying to feign some sort of sympathy, talking about we're going to safely deport some of these like a million some safely transport a million of these people to someplace else. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has got to destroy these people, man. You see what I'm saying? The Lord is not going to allow this madness to continue on for much longer. You see what I'm saying? All right. When you talk about the death and destruction, all right, that has been in the wake of Esau Edom. You see what I'm saying? You know, the scriptures say that they have not hated blood, man. All right. The scriptures say they have not hated blood. So let me get that real quick. Let's go to Ezekiel. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse let's start at verse 3. All right. It says, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate, and I will lay thy cities waste. All right, I will lay thy cities waste, uh, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, right? Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time of that their iniquity had an end. Okay, and the Lord is going to pay you devils back double for the things that you've done to His children, man. For the things that you've done to the Israelites, man. You see what I'm saying? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians. You see what I'm saying? And the speckled bird that's been scattered throughout the four corners, man. You see what I'm saying? Verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahweh, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee, man. All right. Like I was saying earlier, you know what I'm saying? I saw some videos, man. All right. And it was so sad to watch. Where where they sent these bombs and they blew up this spot, and you saw the bodies. You saw the bodies. They they flew into the sky. All right, they flew into the sky even higher than the skyscrapers, even higher than the buildings. They was up hundreds of feet in the air. You know what I'm saying? At once this bomb had came through, man, it was such a sad thing to see. You know what I'm saying? Such a sad thing to see. All right. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna harp too much on it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how these devils do, man. But you know they can't hide this thing anymore, man. They can't hide this thing anymore. All right. They can't play the victim card like they used to. See what I'm saying? All right. The people can see what's happening. Okay. The people can see this. They're no longer able to hide the things that they've done. All right. How they behave. You see what I'm saying? Let's get that real quick. All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not." All right. You know what I'm saying? When you got these jokers behaving the way that they're behaving in such a destructive manner, right? In such a destructive manner where they don't care about, human life. All right. And they just do whatever they want to do, man. You see what I'm saying? The Lord's not going to allow that to go on forever. All right. But it says in the book of Psalms, the 50th chapter, that they thought that he was all alike, one like they were. All right. Why? Because he didn't punish them for the things that they've done. You see what I'm saying? They haven't been punished yet. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? Let me see something real quick. All right, I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you this video. I'm not gonna play it. All right, I'm not gonna play it because I pretty much already said enough. But let me get this here. All right, if you can see this, okay, bear with me. All right, you got this woman here, and she's pretty much opening up the lid. You know what I'm saying? She's the cat's out the bag, so to speak, right? It says the J-ish is a J-ish journalist exposes Israel's dark secret history. All right, and the Lord's been jumping on Elder Yashawamba as of late to start to go into the history of how them Amalekites, all right, has set up that land in 1948. You know what I'm saying? The 48ers, as we call them. All right, and it was done through the Balfour Declaration, man. Okay, so you watch that video. You watch that video. All right, is very informative. You know what I'm saying? She goes off on a couple things, of course. You know what I'm saying? Because she believed in the same lie that she was taught from her youth. You know what I'm saying? But you know what made me come to this video, all right, to show you all. And let me go back. Let me get this together real quick. All right, I was reading here in Jeremiah chapter 49. All right, let's start at verse 10 again. It says, "But I have made Esau bare." All right, I have uncovered his secret places. His secret places, man. The things that you held in secret, the things that you didn't allow to be spoken of in public, all right, are now being spoken of. You see what I'm saying? The things that was in secret, the 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 truth of who the Israelites are, man. That's no longer a secret. All right. Everybody is coming to the realization of this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? You got this. I just saw this one video on TikTok uh, from one of the beloved one of the beloved brothers had shared it. Um, uh, 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 it was this Edomite looking woman, all right, who was apologizing. You know what I'm saying? Who was apologizing for what was done to the Israelites. You see what I'm saying? Now, of course, she was coming in the wrong name of Yahweh and Yahuwah or Yahusha or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Yeshua. But nevertheless, the point being is that you know, these people, the world is able to see now. The world is able to see that, that these people over there in the land are not the people. All right. They're not the people that they claim they are. See what I'm saying? All right. But the true Israelites are right here in America. All right. Heavily concentrated right here in America and all around the world as they've been scattered. And they look like these other nations. You see what I'm saying? They appear to be in the likeness of these other nations. All right. But you got Israelites over in the Philippines. You got Israelites over in the Philippines who's calling on the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, man. All right. Like the elder Yashawamba went into last night. That just because you know, Slocky, what does it say? What did he say? He said, knowing the Hebrew fluently and knowing the names are two different things. You see what I'm saying? It's two different things, you know? Like just because you're not fluent in the Hebrew doesn't mean that you can't know the names. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, back to those to those brothers in the Philippines, they look like the Filipino, all right? They sound like them, all right? But they're able to call on the names Yahweh and Yahweh Shai in their the in the language that they live in. You see what I'm saying? So let me get back to the point. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His no more of that victim card. You see what I'm saying? No more of that. He shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. Verse 11. Leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. You see what I'm saying? Let your widows trust in me. The women are turning against you, man. You see what I'm saying? The women are turning against you. Like I mentioned, that Instagram video was an Edomite looking woman. All right? An Edomite looking woman. The video that I just showed you, all right, that's an Edomite looking woman. Okay? And they're airing out all your dirty laundry, man. You see what I'm saying? So this is now. All right, the time is now, man. You know what I'm saying? The time for all these things to come to pass. You know what I'm saying? The persecutions is coming. All right, we can feel it. This thing is coming, man. This thing is ramping up. All right, check this out. All right, check this here, right here. Check this here. This is from. All right, this is from End Time Headlines. All right, End Time Headlines. It says British Council wants to ban street preaching, sending shockwaves through Christian community. All right. So this is the only course of action that's going to be had, man. All right. The inevitable is going to end up here. You see what I'm saying? We was going to end up at this point inevitably. Okay, because it's written in the scriptures, man. Right. I'm gonna read a little bit from this article, and it reads. a proposal by Rushmore Borough Council in Hampshire, England, to impose restrictions on Christian street preachers in the towns of Farnborough and Aldershot sparked widespread concern among religious groups. All right. So this is what's coming, man. This is what's coming. The famine of the word is coming, man. All right. It's only a matter of time. Okay. It'll start in these small spots. It'll start slow. It'll start small, and then it's going to increase. You know what I'm saying? It's going to bellow out, if you will. All right. It reads the plan, which included a potential injunction to limit public public preaching due to complaints about noise and disruption, has been met with accusations of infringing on religious freedoms. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna come with it like, oh, you guys are out here with microphones and whatnot. You see what I'm saying? Like the IUIC, they'll be out there, you know what I'm saying, screaming at the top of their lungs through a microphone and shit. You see what I'm saying? And you got others, you know what I'm saying? You got Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi does the same shit. All right. I believe Sakari does the same shit, you know what I'm saying? All right. But all these different things that these other groups be doing, all right, as we say, it's going to be used, all right, it's going to be used as fuel in order to persecute the prophets, all right, because they're coming after us, man. As we just explained, all these Amalekites is being exposed, man. All right, they're being exposed for the shit that they're doing. They're being exposed for the lies that they've been pushing. You see what I'm saying? No, let me get this in. Let's go to Job. Let's go to Job real quick. All right. All right. This is the book of Job, chapter 15 and verse 5. It says, "For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty." All right. So, for thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. Okay. All the crafty lies that's been pushed out here, man. All right. All the things that they've been operating on. You know what I'm saying? Through the secrecy, through the media. Okay. And those things are no longer having the effect that they once had. All right. It says, verse 6, thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I. Yeah, thine own lips testify against thee. All right. Yes, that's what we heard, what we saw, what we saw from that video, okay, from that woman, you know what I'm saying? And if you got the time, go and watch that video. You know what I'm saying? It's very informative, like I said, okay? But, you know, it's their own tongues falling upon themselves. That's in Psalms, the 68th chapter, right? Psalms, the 68th chapter. Since I mentioned that, Slack, Psalms chapter 64. All right, Psalms chapter 64 and verse 8, it says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Okay? So, these devils are no longer able to play that card that they've been playing, okay, relentlessly. Okay, relentlessly. Whenever somebody brings up criticism, whenever somebody brings up, you know, brings up the truth, all right, because that's what you really got to ask. You know what I'm saying? You can say it's anti this or that or so on and so forth. All right. The question is it the truth? All right. Is it the truth? Did this person tell the truth, man? All right. Because uh, I believe it was Elder Malcolm who said this years ago. He said, I'm trying to remember what it was. He said that the truth does not require the truth does not require a law to protect it. All right. The truth does not require a law to protect it, man. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Since I'm in Psalms, let's go to Psalms chapter 94. All right, Psalms 94 and verse 20. It says, "Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood, man." All right. So so it's all about their laws, man. It's all about their customs. You see what I'm saying? The things that they're pushing, man. All right. They're pushing these laws in order to protect their own behaviors. You see what I'm saying? In order to protect their their own iniquities, man. The things that they're doing, you know what I'm saying, in the world stage are what? They're against what? They're against the Lord's laws. All right. They're against the truth. You see what I'm saying? Again, if it's the truth, it doesn't need to be protected by law, man. The truth doesn't fear scrutiny. The truth doesn't fear scrutiny, man. Only a lie does. You see what I'm saying? A truth stands in scrutiny. All right, it thrives under scrutiny, man. Okay, you got so many of these people out here who say, "Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? I tried, you know, looking up all these things to debunk to debunk what you're saying and this and that. All right, but it always ends up with me having to agree with what you're saying. All right, why? Because when it's held under scrutiny, it will hold its weight. It will hold its own weight. It's not going to cave under. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to cave under the weight of scrutiny, man. Okay. If uh if I tell you that such and such was over here at this bar, you know what I'm saying, at 2:30 p.m. All right, you can say that this person was over here over at the park at 2:30 p.m. on this date all you want to. But if I come with two or three witnesses that say that he was at this bar, if I come with text messages and this and that and all this different evidence, all these different points of evidence, all right, that proves his alibi, well then it don't matter what the hell you saying, all right? It don't matter what you say because all the evidence is pointing to him being at this bar. You see what I'm saying? So if these jokers are out here, all right, and they're pushing they're pushing this greater Israel initiative, all right, because you can go into the documents. This thing is real. You can go into you can go into the fact that they weren't here, man. They weren't here before. All right. You got jokers like what's his name? Abdul Gabar Abdul Nasser. All right. Gabar Abdul Nasser. He was the president of Egypt. All right. And he said, what's going on, man? These people left here, quote unquote, black and came back white. See what I'm saying? So, that's another point, another point of evidence that goes against their narrative. You see what I'm saying? Let me go to the scriptures. See what I'm saying? The scriptures will tell you what. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 36. All right, Ezekiel chapter 36. All right, Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 2, it says, "Thus saith the Lord power." All right, this is Salaki, this is Elder Malcolm's favorite precept. This is his favorite precept, right? Uh, Thus saith the Lord power, because the enemy hath said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. All right, that's talking about these Edomites, these Amalekites, man. Specifically, these Amalekites, the head tribe of the nation of Israel, of Edom, Salaki, the head tribe of the nation of Edom. Okay, verse 3, therefore prophesy. Prophesy, that's what we're doing. We're prophesying, man. Okay, and say, thus saith Yahweh power. All right, because they have made you desolate and swallowed you up on every side, that ye might be a possession unto the residue of the heathen, and ye are taken up in the lips of talkers, and on infamy of the people. Therefore, ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of the Lord Yahweh power. Thus saith Yahweh, to the mountains and to the hills, to the rivers and to the valleys, to the desolate waters, to the desolate waste. You know what I'm saying? He's talking to all the nations. All right, to all the nations. This is a message to everybody. You see what I'm saying? Saying what? And to the cities that are forsaken, which became a prey and derision to the residue of the heathen that are round about. Verse 5. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea. All right, so this is a message to all the nations to let it be known that he's got his eyes set on these Edomites, man, specifically Amalek. All right, like the scriptures say, I believe it's in Numbers. All right, that he shall have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Right. Surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with all the joy of their hearts. All right. When you go into the history of the Balfour Declaration that was addressed to the Rothschilds, you see what I'm saying? And that was that was admitted to by what's his name? Shit, I forgot his name. What is it? Jacob Rothschild? All right, Jacob Rothschild, man. You know what I'm saying? Who was the head of the family, and he passed last year. Ain't that something? All right. With the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. Prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountains, to the hills, to the rivers, and to the valleys, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because ye have borne the shame of the heathen. All right. So the Lord is not going to let this go unaddressed. You see what I'm saying? The Lord's not going to let this go unaddressed, man. He's gonna do his thing. All right. And he's gonna have this. He's gonna have it starting with these Amalekites being exposed for what they do. You know what I'm saying? For what they've been doing, man. He's gonna have them expose themselves. He's gonna have all these politicians being exposed. You see what I'm saying? As they don't care about the people. They don't care about so-called America first. They don't care about them. All right. They care about Amalek first, which is their head tribe. They care about what they got going first. You see what I'm saying? So it's only a matter of time, man. It's only a matter of time. All right. But as we can see, they can no longer, they can no longer have this pushed off any further. You know what I'm saying? They can't keep kicking the can down the road, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? They can't keep doing it. All right. They have to make their moves, and they got to make them quick. They got to make them quick. That's why you see. That's why you see that article that I just got out of End Time Headlines, man. Right? And it says, according to Slacker, as of April the 20th, after April, Slacker, as of April 2025, the backlash has led to a pause in the council's actions. But the debate continues to ripple through Christian communities and beyond, all right? And this ain't about Christians, you know what I'm saying? They ain't worried about Christians, you know what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, man. Let's be real. Let's be real. Ain't no Christians, ain't no so-called, ain't no so-called, Jesus a Jesus loving Christian going out there and preaching and prophesying and making his life a living sacrifice. That ain't happening. All right. That only started after they saw the Israelites. You see what I'm saying? Beginning with our apostles and those that taught them. You see what I'm saying? And now since it has come or become a whole sensation, now they want to follow suit. You see what I'm saying? What they really talking about is coming after the prophets, man. The prophets that's preaching this word, all right, that's chanting down Babylon the Great, man. That's what they really out here for. They don't care about none of these weak ass Christians out here. You see what I'm saying? That's not their concern. All right. But this is what we've been talking about, man. The famine of the word is coming. All right. Let's go to Amos. You know what I'm saying? Get this truth while you can, man. Get this truth while you can, because it's not going to be here forever. Amos chapter 8, verse 11. It reads, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water. All right. Although those things will come, okay, those things are coming. You know what I'm saying? There will be famines, there will be pestilences and things like that, right? It says, however, but of hearing the words of the Lord, all right, that's going to be the real thing, man. That's going to be the real deal. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to have this truth, meaning you're not going to have any foundation when all the shit hits the fan. You know what I'm saying? When the shit hits the fan and you don't have nothing holding yourself together, okay? People are going to lose it. People are going to lose faith, man. People are going to lose they're going to lose their hope. All right? Verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord Yahweh, and shall not find it. All right? Okay. So, this is a time sensitive matter, man. This is a time sensitive thing. It's not something that's gonna continue on, and you get to just be on the comment boards and talk your shit and scoff and mock and all that stuff, man. It's not gonna happen forever. All right. You're not gonna be able to you know to break your fingers, you know what I'm saying, texting on your phones, all right, or typing on your keyboards, you know what I'm saying, trying to scoff and mock, man. All right. You're not gonna have that no more, man. Okay. Let me get this here. This is Second Esdras chapter 7 and verse 20. All right, and it reads, "For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of the Most High that is set before them." All right, y'all despise the words of the Lord. Y'all despise the words of the Lord and the laws of the laws of the Lord. All right, that's set before you. All these things that's meant for your protection and it's meant for your well-being. All right, you despise them. All right, you reject them. You see what I'm saying? So the Lord's going to reject you. All right, the Lord's going to reject you. And that day, a lot of people are going to be looking for the prophets, trying to get their shit together. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be too late, man. Verse 21: "For the Most High hath given straight commandments to such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment." That's what we out here doing, man. We out here trying to avoid the punishment because we don't want that smoke, man. We don't want to be a part of that. You see what I'm saying? Verse 22: "Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him, and imagined vain things." All right? "And deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways." All right? And when you see the folly, you know what I'm saying, the foolishness that Bishop Nathaniel is pushing out here, okay? On the one hand, he'll say Yahweh. But then in the same breath, all right, he'll say Christ of the world. All right? Playing with your with your souls, man. You see what I'm saying? This is not the guy that you need to be following, man. This is not the guy that you need to that you need to be uh, 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 you know putting your trust in, man. You see what I'm saying? To lead you in the right direction, right? For someone who's that wishy-washy, okay? Because on the one hand, it's Ebonics, all right? It's Ebonics, but then over here, that's his name. So which is it? You see what I'm saying? And the Lord's about to expose these jokers out here, man. He's about to truly expose these jokers out here. You see what I'm saying? Verse 24: "But his law have they despised, and denied his covenants. In his statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed his works." All right? "And therefore, as this, for the empty are empty things, and for the full are full things. Behold, the time shall come that these tokens which I have told thee shall come to pass, and the bride shall appear." And the bride is making herself ready, man. The bride is making herself ready to the correct doctrine, all right? Beginning with the correct names. You see what I'm saying? "And the bride shall appear, and she coming forth shall be seen, that now is withdrawn from the earth. And whosoever is delivered from the foresaid evil shall see my wonders," man. All right? That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. We're looking to see the Lord's wonders, man. We're looking to experience experience that salvation, man. All right? Because we don't want to die here. We don't want to die here with these peasants. Let me say what it is, man. Let me call them what they are. They're peasants. All right? We don't want to die here with that. You see what I'm saying? Given the punishment of the heathen. All right? No, that's a lot for these 2/3. As a matter of fact, let me stay here in the second instance, man. Let me stay here. All right? Let me stay here in Esdras. Second Esdras chapter 8. Second Esdras chapter 8 and verse 55. It says, "And therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish." All right? Ask no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish, man. All right? For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High, thought scorn of his laws, and forsook his ways, man. Okay? So this is on them. This is on them. This is what they want. This is what they're asking for, man. They want the death. They want the destruction, man. They want the pain. All right? The chaos. They want it. You see what I'm saying? We don't want none of that smoke, man. So we're making our we're making our calling and election sure now. You see what I'm saying? We're putting our lives out here, all right, as a living sacrifice now, man. All right? Because we're hoping for the truth to flourish. We're hoping for the salvation to come upon us. You see what I'm saying? We're hoping for that death angel to pass over us, man. You see what I'm saying? Because there's going to be a lot of death out here, right? Verse 57, moreover, they have trodden down his righteous. They said in their heart that there is no God. Yeah, that knowing they must die. For as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. Hey, man, we're looking for the promises. We're looking for the safety. We're looking for the protection, man. But none of that is promised to them, man. None of that is coming their way. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't care about what the Lord asked for, what He requires. You see what I'm saying? He demands these things. He demands correction. He demands amendment of your ways. You see what I'm saying? And these jokers are not playing. They're not doing this thing, man. They playing games. That's what they doing. You see what I'm saying? For it was not his will that men should come to naught, but they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, man. Tell me this ain't talking about Nate. Tell me this ain't talking about Johanna. Tell me this ain't talking about all these jokers that call on Christ, all right? That call on Yahuwah, that call on Yeshua, that call on Ahia, that call on Yeshaya, that call on Yahweh, and they call on Yehoshua. You see what I'm saying? That call on Jehovah and they call on Jesus. You see what I'm saying? Tell me. Tell me that's not talking about them. You see what I'm saying? Tell me that ain't talking about them, man. Let me read that again. It says, but they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and were unthankful unto him which prepared life for them. All right, when you got these jokers from IUIC, all right, thinking they mocking us by calling us faith-based Israelites, beginning with our apostles and bishops on down, all right, you think that's an insult? You think that's an insult? No, that's one hell of a title. You see what I'm saying? That's one hell of a title, man. Because the Lord is coming for those that's rich in faith, man. He's not coming for those that's got a large following, that's got all the numbers. No, He's not looking for that. He's looking for those that's coming in the correct doctrine. All right. And guess what? The correct doctrine ends up in you having less followers, man. That's the point. The correct doctrine does not bring a large following. It brings a select few. The scriptures say that a remnant shall return, not the whole lot of them. You see what I'm saying? That's why we're out here for the remnant. We're not out here for the children of Israel. We're out here for the elect of the children of Israel. See what I'm saying? Verse 61. And therefore is my judgment now at hand. These things have I showed unto all men, but unto thee have a few like thee, but unto thee flock it. Let me read that again. Verse 62. It reads, these things have I not showed unto all men. All right. Not everyone is given this given this mystery. All right. When you go into the word for mystery, it's the Greek word is mysterion. All right. Mysterion is secrets that's only given to the initiate. You see what I'm saying? These things have I not showed unto all men, but unto thee and a few like thee. You see what I'm saying? And the few likely, it's only the elect, the 144,000. It's only the 144,000 who will be able to have this song, the new song, and sing that song. And it's only the elect remnant that's going to believe in the words of those that's singing this new song, man. Right? Then answered I and said, Behold, O Lord, now hast thou showed me the multitude of the wonders which thou wilt begin to do in the last times. But at what time thou hast not showed me. You see what I'm saying? All right, 144. Call Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, man. All right. Hey, man. This is not for the faint-hearted. This is not for those that refuse to change, those that refuse to grow in this thing. All right, that refuse to study, that refuse to do the things that are required. Okay, this is not for them. This is for the elect of the nation of Israel, man. All right. I think I'm gonna end it off with the remnant. Okay, so let's go to Isaiah. I think it's chapter 10. Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 20. All right. Isaiah 10 and 20 reads, And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon Yahweh, the Holy One of Yasharallah in truth, man. All right. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, we're talking billions of Israelites, man, that's on this planet. All right. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. See what I'm saying? That's what we out here for. All right. So with that said, you know what I'm saying? I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. All right. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory. All right. And to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kadash. Double honors into the apostles and the elders of great millstone of whom I've grown in this truth under. All right. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.